Hey guys, welcome to another video of Marvel Contest of Champions. Today it's another Alliance War video and it's against AQ5 Aqua team. This was a really interesting war. There were some really interesting placements done by them. Like they were hiding their best champs on the nodes that you wouldn't really expect, so it was a really fun war. So I went in with my usual team, dr.voodoo, Magik and Vision because of the path I take. So I start on path number 7, and after the first section I switch to path 6 towards the power shield node and then towards the mid mini. So the first fight was against Crossbones, pretty standard fight, just a diversity fight. Just trying to bait his L1, not let him go to L2 for the damage, but then again Voodoo has a lot of sustain himself. So pretty straightforward fight, tried to finish him off as fast as we can. By the way guys, if you like the video, if you like the war, please go ahead, subscribe, like and share. All of that really helps me out a lot. And also you will see a lot of different placements from this team. I really enjoyed playing against them. They were having their two 5-star champions on solo paths rather than boss nodes, so that really caught us off guard. Next up was Hyperion on a cornered node, 4-star Hyperion with power SP1 start power. So also again, this a pretty stranded fight. I wasn't expecting a Hyperion here, but it was again a good placement. He almost had an L3. So the best way to deal with the Hyperion with Voodoo is to just place like an odd combo. Once you have the odd combo up, his chance to gain power gain buff reduces by 50%. So that's a really easy way to control his power. And then again, it's Voodoo, he has class advantage, so this Hyperion came down really fast. And there you have it. Took only like 40 seconds and Hyperion was down. Now the next one was a really good placement. It was an Abomination. I was thinking it might be an Abomination, but I wasn't sure. But then it was an Abomination and I only had Voodoo to counteract his sig ability for poison. So you'll see that I'm only trying to hit him during the parries, so it doesn't proc because of the mastery. And as soon as I get an odd combo, I just put him an odd combo on him, so now his sig ability will not trigger and I will not get poison and Voodoo will just not die. So just try to play this one carefully, and I also had class disadvantage. But all in all, it was a simple fight. It wasn't that hard. Also, if you notice, they had Crossbones on the first node, so if you push him to L2, you're guaranteed gonna take a bit of damage. And then there was a Hyperion. There's always a chance that you will get hit by his L3. And then there's an Abomination. So if you look at all the champs, they are all there to inflict slow pain to your champs. So if you don't have someone with a sustain, like I had Dr. Voodoo, he has a lot of heals in the beginning. If there were any other champ, you might just go down to 50%, not even realizing. And here I was trying to bait his L2, but he just didn't want to throw out his L2. It didn't trigger. So I had to like really bait it really hard. And finally, he throws an SP2 out. And I was like, okay, he's gonna just SP3 me. So the only thing you need to care about if you go against an Abomination, you need to have an ability reducer or you need to have a poison immune champ. Otherwise his stacks like really build up and you can get a lot of damage. So next fight up was on the second section, and that was against Magik, and it was a 5-star Magik on the power gain node, and S starts with an SP1. So right off the bat you will get 6 to 55 damage ticks from Limbo, and the fight hasn't even started yet. So I had Voodoo, so I will heal back all of it. So if you note there, 665, it was really painful. And I had to be really careful not to push her, give her too much power. So all I was trying to do was get to an odd combo, and so her limbo will not trigger. If it triggers, it will not damage me. So what I'm trying to do right now is to parry her and not hit her. Usually that would put the champ to use his SP1 or SP2. right there. And also she has MD5, so I'm trying not to give her dexterity charges. I'm taking one hit and then going back. So yeah, there's a lot of baiting involved until I get to an L2. So now we'll use an odd combo L2 that will drain her power, and then everything is in control. You can use the same way with Dormammu as well. If he has 1 bar of power and he is very near to an L2, so make sure that you block the first hit and then swipe back so you can avoid the dexterity charge on you, not to trigger MD5. You can parry and then wait for it, don't hit him. That will usually put them to trigger their L1s. Or if it's a stun immune node, just try to block and then swipe back after the first hit, so that will usually put them to go into an L1. Or you can go into 4 hits and swipe back. Most Mystic champs will trigger their L1 like that. Next we have the power shield node with L2 unblockable. So there was a Doctor Strange on this node, 4-star, and I was really debating to go with Magik or Vision. I didn't know that a Vision's L2 will not do the whole amount of damage, so I really timed out on that fight. I didn't get hit or anything, I didn't let him go to L2, but because it's a power shield node and he has pure damage, he did not really hurt Strange at all, and I just timed out. It was like a really silly timeout, but you learn something new. I was testing this one out so I could use Vision against Morningstar on this node, but after this fight, I'm sure I can't use Vision anymore on this one. So it has to be Magik, because Magik just deals huge amount of damage on this power shield node. So yeah, I just sped up this fight because there's no point looking at it in detail. So it's just a timeout, and after that I will just go in with Magik and just literally destroy Doctor Strange. So after the timeout I brought Magik, and Magik just really destroyed Doctor Strange really quick. The disadvantage of Doctor Strange on this node is that you can be very aggressive and gain an L2 faster than Doctor Strange. So Magik makes this fight really easy. So after this node there was a poison node and there was Magneto on it with brute force. Unfortunately, I just woke up in the morning and I didn't realize I wasn't recording, and also my vision died because I was still sleepy. So after that I went in with dr.voodoo and I killed Magneto off, although it was I was really hard pressed again for my health, but it worked out in the end. Then we had a middle mini that was Medusa, so one of my amazing teammates just went in and just destroyed Medusa. And then we came to the boss Dormammu, and I was given the first shot at Dormammu because I had Magik. So I went in, I boosted 20%, also used the 10%, and I also used the 150% Mystic boost. So what does it helps me cycle my L2 so I can just keep him in the corner and keep him power locked. Couple of things against Dormammu to avoid degen is always take the first hit, block it, and then as soon as he goes into heavy you can swipe back, so you won't gain a dexterity charge and you won't get degened. Second, if you notice when he has an L1, I block the first 2 instances, and the third one I go back, that stops the dexterity charge. And once I have an L2, then it's just about keeping your L2 up, and with the 150 Mystic boost you can easily cycle through it. And now, as I have him in the corner with the power lock, I will just keep him in the corner and just keep intercepting. So there are a few keys to intercepting, as in my experience, there might be other ways to do it, is once you have your power lock, Dormammu is a quite fast bot. So if he's blocking, only try to do 3 hits and then swipe back and then go back in for the intercept. But if he's not blocking, you can go with 4 hits and swipe back. I got lucky there with the limbo, but then you need all the luck you can get as well. So right there you will see again 3 hits, and I went back in and L2. Then again I see you can hit him, I did 4 hits and I went back and then intercept again. So whenever he's blocking, just go with 3 hits and swipe back, then go for the intercept. If he's not blocking, then go for 4 hits, go back and then go in again for the intercept. And you can just rinse and repeat that, keep him in the corner. And also you will notice that he gains a lot of magical resistance and physical resistance charge. You could use an L3 really to give him a lot of damage, but then it will be hard for you to cycle your L2 again, and you will get power and he might throw an L1 or N2. So I usually avoid throwing an L3 until it's like the time crunch. I have only 10 seconds remaining and he's got like 20% health and he's got like 7 charges or 8 charges, then I can go with it. But other than that, if you practice your corner intercepts, Magik is just amazing to kill Dormammu. One final thing, if during blocking you go with 4 hits and you swipe back and you go back again, you will get a dexterity charge because Dormammu tries to hit you right away because of his fast bot. So whenever he's blocking, only go with 3 hits. If you like the video guys, make sure to like it, subscribe and share it. Leave a comment down below, I would love to hear from you. All of that really helps me out a lot. And other than that guys, I'll see you next time and have a great day.